Hey guys, welcome to Think Twice. My name is Sian, and I'm a student who's recently moved to the UK, and I'm here to share some experience that might help you make your own decisions. All right. So before we get to part two, I want to make sure that everyone has watched part one, and just as a supporting argument, let's go to the high potential visa, high skilled workers visa, or something like that, and let's check out the list of universities and where they belong to the most. All right, so I'll just scroll down for you, and you can see that you know most universities are from the US, and they are the top universities such as Columbia University, Duke, Cornell, there's Harvard, there is Johns Hopkins University, right? There's MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and likewise this Stanford, you know like I mentioned, why it is important for you to choose the top 10 colleges and why not the rest. All right, because every if you're from this top 10 colleges, everybody wants you. There is not a single person that does not want you. All right, so that is a secondary thing. Now let's discuss uh, the second part. All right, and this is my story that I will share with you. Take it as a motivation for you to achieve your dreams. All right, so let's call this story the story of rejection. All right, and how because of rejection, how rejection brought me to the UK. All right, so I will share, and how rejection brought me to the UK. All right, so I will share with you my thought process of what are the things that I asked myself before even deciding to come to the UK. All right, so UK. All right, so the first thing that I asked myself is, what do I want from my life? All right, uh this is a very important and tough question one needs to ask themselves, in a room which is very silent, and ask yourself, because in today's day, if a guy watches a movie in the morning which is a sci-fi, or and there are scientists who have discovered something, a person just wants to become a scientist, and once the movie is over, that motivation is gone. I hope you've experienced this, that you've gone to watch some movies, and suddenly you come out and you feel that you can do this and all, and eventually the motivation is just gone. Don't take such decisions, guys. Sit yourself down and ask yourself this one question. you know I had this answer at a very young age. I had interest in finance, and that is what I'm doing my masters in. All right. So with that said, we will go to the second point, uh, which is, why do I want to go to the college? All right, guys. Uh, the second thing, like I said, is ask yourself, why do you want to go to the college? All right. If the answer is a job, all right, give yourself 3 months prior to your application. Try applying for these jobs from back home, back India, back Pakistan, or wherever my brothers and sisters belong to. All right, try applying from that. and give yourself a good 3 months. All right, provided you have the experience for it. Okay, and if you don't get into it and then you want to come here and you want to study, so that okay, there is a common mentality that okay, you need to have the degrees of UK to get into a company from there, but it is not necessary if you have the right experience. So say I have few friends who've moved here from the perspective of a work visa, and they have secured their jobs, and some of them have come on visit visa, and they have somehow landed into a job, which is a very difficult task. All right, so, with the first question, try give yourself 3 months before you apply for a student visa. Uh, try applying for a job if you have the right experience. All right, this will save you a lot of money when it comes to when it comes to the studying side of it. All right, if that does not work out, all right, then you have to go to a college for for you to get for you to come to the UK and study. That's what most of the students do. All right, so all right, so after asking yourself this question, the third question is, so now since you know what do you want to do, it's time now you start finding colleges uh, that have the courses that you're that you're interested in. All right, so guys, it is very important for you. You have Google, you have the power of SIM card to uh, Google and find out which colleges are the best. For example, there's this University of Surrey that is good in mass media and all such kind of fields. All right, and such related fields, because one of my friends is back there, and she's doing great. All right, so use Google and find universities that specialize, that are known for certain things, and that try coming to the closest ranking, and select your colleges accordingly. So once you have the list of colleges, the next thing that you have to ask yourself is, does my pocket allow it? All right, in the last point, there are a lot of other factors that go into making that decisions, and I will share that in the next part with you. But this is the main 4 points that I want you to ask yourself: does my pocket allow it? So say you will have a list of 4 to 5 universities that have a different ranking, say 25, 40, 80, say 250, whatever it is. All right, they will have different fee structures. All right, so it is up to you of on how which what your pocket allows you. But the third point is a very important point. All right, that you have to go through before you ask yourself this question. I have seen a lot of students, they do their mistake is that they first ask themselves what is their budget. All right, and then they plan their interests according to their budget. Guys, don't do this. This is very harmful. I have seen students. I mean, I've spoken to a few just random encounters where they have told me that because of a few agents just give them a university or so, and they are made to choose. But guys, don't do that. Don't do that mistake. Choose wisely, because you have to complete the course in order to get the PSW, all right. And which is important basically. And if your interest does not lie in it, it's going to become it's going to become hell for you. You know is going to take a toll on your mental health, where you'll be struggling to cope up with your finances with a part-time job, and at the same time you're coping to complete your studies, all right. So guys, don't do this mistake. Always ask yourself, the first question is, what do I want from my life? And the next question ask yourself is, why do I want to go to the college? If the answer is a job, give yourself a good 3 to 4 months and try applying. If it does not work out, then you can apply for a student route basically. All right. The next question is, so once you know the answer from the first point, it becomes easier for you to find colleges that have uh, have that but they are known for that particular field, all right. The next thing is that rank those colleges and ask yourself, does my pocket allow any one of this? And ultimately you will have to make a decision. And in this way, I mean, you'll be at much peace that that you have achieved what you want to do, and not what maybe someone else wants you to do, all right, guys. So this will help you out, all right. But I will tell you two more pointers that are going to help you, and that is your experience. So let's just clean this. Okay, all right. So that is your experience, and maybe your previous job, all right, job or jobs, maybe whatever. All right, jobs, all right. So guys, say for example you're applying to a college, say you want to go into the film industry, and you have worked with some marketing agencies before, who, I mean, you have a good portfolio and stuff. This thing will eventually help you a lot to get a part-time job, and it'll give you a head start over the others, all right, guys. So this experience is very important apart from this, all right. This is an important step, all right. Take this as an important step. But experience and your previous job, like I said, is very important. They will help you get into some good companies as part-time job while you're on studying, or it could help you get internships and eventually land you into a job, all right. Guys, it is very important that if you don't happen to get a job, you know get put your feet in the company at least and get an internship. Try working for them without any cost, and put yourself in the company, and if they like you, they would definitely like to hire you, all right, guys. So this is done and said with this. uh, this is the practical part, all right, guys. So let's come to the emotional part. Guys, once the practical part is done, the emotional part tends to take a toll on the person. Try avoiding try avoiding constantly thinking about it. For example, in my case, once I had decided my university and I had given it to my counselor, the counselor continuously, you know this process basically takes time, and you need to have a lot of patience. And the longer it takes, the more it fiddles with your mind basically. So there was times where I was in self doubt, whether I mean, suddenly all these questions came to my mind, whether I was good enough for this college, or whether I was not, whether they were going to reject me, whether and I was lucky enough to get offer letters from all the colleges that I applied to. But then the duration, it took very long for me to get my offer letter, and it was miserable. So guys, always try to do something along with the application process. And if you're just sitting home while doing the application, is just going to create more and more anxiety. As the time passes by, you'll have the habit of checking your phone again and again, and it just tends to take a toll on the emotional part. So my advice on the emotional part is that, guys, do not sit at home. That's the first thing that I did for a quite couple of days, and that then I understood that if I do that, then I would have lot of anxieties, and and have a lot of self doubt, which will eventually affect my further process. All right. The next thing is always indulge in something. In something. So, guys, when I understood this part, I started learning new stuff. I started, meeting new friends who I haven't met since a long time, and all such kinds of things. And it eventually became a lovely experience for me. But the initial days were days of anxiety and self doubt, and this is why I'm sharing it with you. It happens with all students. It is very common, but eventually it works out for all, and they understand it after it is done. All right, guys, I hope this has helped you. So I want you to take a screenshot of this if you can. So this part is basically telling you how to choose your university, what can you do, and this part is telling you the additional things that can give you an edge over the others to land you into uh, one of these. All right, these are some emotional stuff that I want to tell you, that I went through personally, mentally, basically, and the mistakes that I did, and that's it. Like, this is the first part of the this is the first part of me moving to UK, and I will help you. The next part will basically be of after I get my offer letter, what are the things that happened, and what were the rejections that I faced, and how I overcame it. And these are the most common things that you are likely to go through. So it is important that you learn from my experiences. And if you're having such problems, do shoot a email to me. My email box is down below. And yeah, that's it, guys. Enjoy yourself. Bye bye, see you, take care.